Welcome to the Dynasty Dugout Show, a podcast covering all things minor league baseball. Get a front row seat to the action with everything you need to know about the future stars of Major League Baseball. And now, here's your host, Chris Clegg.
Welcome to the show. My name is Chris Clegg. I am the host of today's show and the founder of the Dynasty Dugout. You can go check it out at thedynastydugout.com for all things minor league baseball, Dynasty baseball. I got you covered. Today's show, we're going to dive in on the top performers from Wednesday. I'm going to break down some live looks at players that I saw last night and standout pitchers is what we saw. A lot of standout pitchers yesterday on the minor league side of things. So we're going to break that all down for you. But first, if you've been around, you know the drill. The show is brought to you by Connect Roasters. Connect Roasters is Ian Happ's coffee company. It's incredible coffee. It's incredibly smooth. Happ's back from the IL, and you should go get his coffee. It's fantastic. They do a lot of good for the community, and so they give back, which I love. And you can get 2 bags of Gold Glove Blend. You can buy one, get one 50% off using the code Dynasty Dugout or click the link in the show description. Also, we're proud to partner with Chinook Seedery, the best sunflower seeds in the game. Chinook has a wide variety of flavors. They're all delicious. Just was snacking on some at the ballpark last night and on my way home. The cinnamon toast was the flavor of choice yesterday, but there's lots of good options for you. And you can get 10% off your order at chinookseedery.com using the code Dynasty Dugout. All right, so let's talk. Let's talk some players. Let's talk about who stood out yesterday. And I guess we'll talk about some live looks first. I think that'll be good to kind of hit on is like the players that I saw yesterday at the stadium. Went to Augusta. First time this year. I love going to Augusta. It's about a 2-hour trip, so I don't go too often, but I did go to Augusta last night for Luke Sinnard versus Trevor Harrison. And Luke Sinnard outdueled Trevor Harrison. The surface numbers, they were looking just okay for both of them, but Sinnard was significantly better than Harrison throughout the game. He went into the 6th inning, went 5 1/3. He did not issue his first walk until Theo Gillen was walked in the 6th inning, and then Sinnard was pulled. But Sinnard was incredible. What a great watch for me. First time seeing him live. I'm betting on him being in Rome high A next week. I mean, he's too good for single A hitters. This was a 3rd-round draftee last year out of Indiana. He blew out his arm in 2023 in the postseason. He did not pitch at all in 2024. He did throw in the draft combine a little bit, and he's significantly better than he was while he was already good at Indiana, which is crazy. So you look at what Luke Sinnard brings to the table. It's a fastball that works 94, 95. He's T96. But he held, which I think was important, he held the velocity the entire start yesterday. He was still hitting 94 consistently in the 6th inning. So the fastball's good. It's a high riding pitch, but he throws from a high release point as well. This is a 6'8" righty. So obviously important to note that when we're talking about the kind of arm he's got a high release point. He throws a cutter slider kind of pitch that's in the upper 80s, touches 90 pretty regularly. And he missed a lot of bats on that pitch yesterday. Sinnard had 16 whiffs on the start. I think it was 5 strikeouts, did not allow a run on 3 hits. And Theo Gillen had 2 of the hits, actually. So Theo Gillen kind of had his number there. Theo Gillen was the only one that could put the ball in play, really. But you look at what else Sinnard brings to the table. He has a pretty nasty split change that he throws to lefties. That pitch was like 81 to 83. It's got a really good movement profile on it. He threw it to Brayler Guerrero a lot and made Guerrero look silly. And then also there's a curveball as well that's 80 to 83. So Sinnard, he just returned to game action. It's his first time back, and he has pitched exceptionally well. So I think we have to note that first off, that like coming back from TJ, your first game action, and you've looked like this. Okay, we also have to acknowledge this is a college arm in single A. So you look, and he's facing somebody just out of high school in Theo Gillen. He's facing someone that's just out of high school age in Brayler Guerrero, who came from the DSL and complex. So several of these guys he's facing, they're younger. Worth noting. But I think the stuff will play as he moves up. People have asked, how high do we go on Luke Sinnard? I wouldn't push him too high. He's not Spencer Schwellenbach. Like, that's not what we're looking at. The Braves do produce and develop guys, but I'm saying hold your horses. Like, I think he's like a top 250 prospect. He's a fun arm. There's something to dream on. I'm pretty excited about what Luke Sinnard brings to the table. So that was what I saw in him. Trevor Harrison, I've seen a lot. This is my third time seeing Harrison pitch in person. He's praised his fastball so bad. I mean, it's 95, 97, but I don't know. I just can't get there on him right now. He's pretty much fastball slider. He throws a upper 80s change up to some lefties on occasion, but I don't know. I struggle with Harrison. He's going to be a big faller in my ranks. Just the command's not there. Like, he has no clue where the fastball's going most of the time. So that's my concern with Trevor Harrison. Looking at some other guys, like let's go beyond the live looks. There were a lot of Braves guys that performed, but I think Ryan Sloan's one of the best pitching prospects in the game. Like, Ryan Sloan is a dude, and he continues to do it. Like, Ryan Sloan just turned 19, by the way. Second rounder for the Mariners last year, but he did get a $3 million bonus, so he got first-round money. You look at Ryan Sloan, he's a 6'5", 220 righty, just a well-built frame. He's a starter, workhorse frame through and through. He looks really good. He's looked really good all season. Outside, so his first career start, he pitched an inning, and he allowed 2 earned runs, and he walked 2. But since then, like, this has been a masterful performance from Ryan Sloan. So, like, even with that in there, he's got a 3.33 ERA. But if you take out that one start and we go from that start forward, like, we're looking at a 2.7 ERA in 23 innings for Ryan Sloan with 28 strikeouts to 5 walks. He's gone 4 innings in each of the last 4 starts, which is good. He's building up innings. Remember, it's a high school guy. He just turned 19. The stuff is off the charts. Now, fastball shape doesn't wow anybody, but from a 6'5" frame, Sloan is throwing from a lower 5'5" release height. I think that's important to know. Like, he is throwing from a lower slot. From there, it's 95 to 96 consistently. Like, that's pretty good. I think that when you look at the IBB, it's like 13 to 15 inches. It won't wow you, but again, like, from the release point, it's not bad. He creates 8 to 10 inches of arm side run. Sloan can pitch, but it's not the fastball that is doing all the damage. It's a good pitch. It's got velocity for his age. He's going to continue to tick up, but it's the splitter and the slider that are so nasty. That splitter sits in the upper 80s. It's like 88 to 90 pretty regularly. Negative IBB. It's like 13 to 15 inches of arm side. It's a disgusting pitch. Like, the split change is disgusting. And the sweeper has legit sweeping action. I think it's like 16 inches of sweep on it with about 0 IBB. So it's got depth as well. That pitch, really, really good. I am very much in on Ryan Sloan. Like, you look at the pitching prospect landscape. Like, Bubba Chandler's still up there. Andrew Painter's still up there. I think Chase Burns in this conversation. Chase Dollander just graduated finally, so thankfully he graduated. Nothing against Chase. I love Chase Dollander. Y'all know that. But I like once prospects graduate off the list once they're in the majors. Don't have to rank them anymore. So my rankings update that's coming, I won't have to rank Chase Dollander, which will be fun. I think Sloan's going to be a top 5 pitching prospect. The projectability of what he brings to the table, like, man, he's a special, special arm. So that's Sloan. What about Hurston Waldrep? Waldrep is interesting. Waldrep was completely written off. Like, I guess for good reason. He was bad. He finished the year bad. He had a bad spring. He came into this year and he just didn't have it. And after one of the starts, like, I'm going back to May 1st. He didn't even get out of the first inning, by the way. 2/3 of an inning, 3 walks, 3 earned, 2 hits, 1 strikeout. He went back to the drawing board and he changed his delivery. He lowered his leg height. He's killed his head whack to the first base. Like, Waldrep falls off pretty bad, but he kind of fixed that a little bit. And the results have followed. So that first start out of the change in his mechanics, he went 5 1/3, 2 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks, 10 Ks. Start after that last week, he went 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, 3 walks, 6K. And then last night, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks, 9K. And he's generated 20 whiffs in, like, every one of these starts. He led AAA. He led all of the minors in whiffs yesterday. And Waldrep all of a sudden looks viable again. That just goes to show you how quickly the tune can change. Think about Mick Abel. Development of pitchers is not linear, and one small tweak can really change everything. Mick Abel, all the hype out of high school. He started his career good. He fell off bad in 23 and 24, especially last year. The velo dipped. Now Mick Abel comes back with better command and the fastball back up to 97, and it's legit. I am very much in on what Hurston Waldrep is doing. Yeah, the fastball's still bad. Here's the thing, guys. They've pulled the splitter. He threw the splitter 5 times yesterday in 94 pitches. So they're saying, hey, you're going to have to learn how to pitch without the splitter. We know the splitter's good. We know the splitter can beat batters. He had 2 whiffs on 2 swings on the splitter. I look at this profile, and I think that if he can develop the curveball, which looked good yesterday, if he can develop the slider further, which had 11 whiffs yesterday, and the fastball is just passable, then Waldrep might sneak back in and be a starter. I'm in on Waldrep and what the changes that he's made. That was a tremendous effort from him yesterday, which I really, really love to see. A couple other pitchers yesterday. I know I've gone long on 3 pitchers, but those guys are important. But I do want to talk about a couple guys that I did not write about because you're going to get a little more value. And I want you to go read my write-up on some of the other pitchers that have really, really stood out. But when we go and we look at the pitchers yesterday, obviously I wrote about Herrick Hernandez of the Braves in high A. He was another dominant one yesterday. He struck out 10 batters. Joe Whitman also struck out a ton of batters yesterday. He struck out 11 in his start, which was pretty phenomenal to see. And then let's talk about some others, though, because there are some other ones to hit on. I want to keep talking about Jackson Wiggins because I believe that Wiggins is doing things that are really standing out. Now, Wiggins' start wasn't obviously like super dominant by any means, but he did go 4 innings. He allowed 6 hits. I don't love that. He allowed a homer and 3 earned, but he struck out 9 and walked 2. So that was a really good outing from Jackson Wiggins of the Cubs. Cam Schlittler is somebody that I've gotten a lot of questions about. Schlittler being a righty in the Yankees org. He's 6'6". He's 24 in Double-A. Schlittler dominated again yesterday. It was 6 innings, 6 hits, 0 earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. You know, Schlittler is somebody that was really popping off for them in spring training. And people were kind of like, is this guy like going to make camp, like break camp with him? Like, that's how good Schlittler was pitching. Remember, he went to AAA to end last year and was kind of the assumption that he may go back to AAA, but he found himself in Double-A, and Schlittler's found himself dominating. So we look at the arsenal, it's good. He's had a couple bad starts, and one of his bad starts was the last time out, but he rebounded in a big way. Schlittler has a 2.47 ERA right now in 43 innings of work. He has 52 strikeouts and 15 walks. Schlittler is doing his thing. It's really good stuff. When you look at the arsenal, the fastball kind of sets everything up. It's a really good offering. He works it mid-90s consistently, hits 98, and it's a really good movement profile. Schlittler can keep the ball on the ground, which you like to see. He throws a couple of breaking balls and a slider and a curve, which is really good. That curveball, he can work top of the zone or below the zone. Like, he can drop it in for a called strike at the top of the zone. He'll drop it below the zone and get swings, which is awesome to see. The mid-80s slider is really good, 2-plane break, and he throws an upper 80s cutter as well, which is awesome. Development of a changeup might be important. Haven't really seen that, but I do think Schlittler might be somebody that you see pitching for the Yankees this year. They've had their history of injuries with those arms in the rotation. Schlittler also threw 120.2 innings last year and had a 3.36 ERA. The performance is not a new thing for Cam Schlittler of the New York Yankees. So look at this profile, and I'm pretty interested in what he's doing. So Cam Schlittler, name to watch. I think that's going to wrap up the pitchers. I've rambled a long time about pitching. We definitely need to talk some hitters, though, because there were some standout hitters yesterday. Let's do it right after the break. All right, we're back with the standout hitters of yesterday. First one we have to talk about is Keiner Delgado of the Pirates. Delgado is in high A Greensboro, and he went off. He had 3 home runs yesterday and a single. I mean, absurdly dominant performance. It is worth noting, Greensboro is playing in Asheville, one of the most hitter-friendly places in baseball. So right field's 290 feet. Tells you what you need to know, right? Asheville is an awesome stadium. McCormick Field is great. Go to it if you get the chance. It's built around the mountain. Like, it's literally built into the side of a mountain. So naturally, like, it's got funky dimensions, and it's small. It's a bandbox. Delgado did have 3 home runs. We can't take that away. He led off the game with a homer. First pitch of the game, dead center field. Next homer to right center, and then the other one to right field. The home run in the ninth, though, broke the game open. It was a tie game, which pretty big spot there in the top of the ninth for Keiner Delgado. He did not hit his first home run until May the 4th, Star Wars Day. Maybe he's a big Star Wars fan, but Delgado has hit 7 since that day. We're at May 22nd right now, so yeah, that's a pretty impressive showing. Delgado does have a well below average hit tool. The contact rates have dipped even further this year. I think he's selling out for a little more power, which I guess if you want to do that, that's fine. But he is selling out for pop, and that's the results he's getting. Below average hit tool, he's a plus runner, and I think the power and the EVs are ultimately below average too. So Delgado, great day. Congratulations on the 3 home run day. I'm just not fully buying into the profile. However, I will keep hyping Marco Dinges. I mean, Dinges is insane. This guy looks like a major league catcher. He continues to throw out runners. He's a really solid behind the plate. I got some like 1.9 pop times on him. And he hits the cover off the ball with good contact skills. Dinges got bumped to high A, finally. He didn't need to stay in single A much longer. He was a college guy last year. He was JUCO 1 year at Florida State, so he will be 21 all year. That is worth noting. But look at what he's done this year. Marco Dinges is legit. That home run yesterday left the bat at 111 miles an hour. He's running plus exit velocities. He's running plus contact rates, and he's showing good behind the plate with a good approach. Like, he's not chasing it all. I don't know what people need to see. Like, Marco Dinges, to me, looks like a top 200 prospect right now. He's really, really good. This kid can play. He was 4th-round pick last year for the Brewers out of Florida State. He was good at Florida State, by the way. Not a pop-up guy out of nowhere by any means, but I'm very much in on Marco Dinges of the Brewers. Lazaro Montes did it again. He homered for the 2nd straight day, and he hit it over the batter's eye for the 2nd straight day. This one, 110 off the bat. It was 108 yesterday, or 2 days ago, excuse me, off the mound. Tuesday, 108. Wednesday, the homer was a 110. It traveled. Let me pull up where it traveled, because the other day, I think it was 426 on Tuesday. Yesterday was 420. So an absolute shot off the bat of Lazaro Montes. He's swinging it well. The contact skills are slightly improved from last year. There's still a little bit of a concern, but this kid's got pop. That is for sure. You can't take that away from him. Ronny Mauricio continues to swing it exceptionally well from in his rehab, I guess you could say. I think he's going to be back in this major league lineup pretty soon. He homered again, and you look at the underlying data for Mauricio, and it's pretty solid. Like, he's always been a guy that's been toolsy. You kind of wonder, like, what is Mauricio actually going to bring to the table? Will he hit enough? That was kind of always the question. The approach was bad, but can he make it work? I mean, he's running a 90. He's had a lot of batted balls, so like, take it with a grain of salt, but he's hitting the ball hard. He's got a 109 max and 91 mile an hour average EV right now. Contact rates look good. The chase rate's below 30%, which is great for Mauricio. So, yeah, he's doing a lot of things that you want to see, and I'm excited about that. You know, Mauricio will be back with the Mets pretty soon. I think he's going to be starting for that team pretty soon. Like, I just think the bat's too good to keep out of a good team's lineup like that, and when he's fully healthy, you're going to see him back, and I think you'll see Ronny Mauricio performing. So, definitely in on Ronny Mauricio. If you can buy low, I would consider doing so, because there's just such a good feel for power, their speed, and despite the injury where, like, his knee was jacked up, he's coming back and looking really, really good. You want to talk about a sleeper? Because there is a sleeper that's not being talked about enough right now. That's Max Anderson of the Detroit Tigers. Anderson's swinging the bat exceptionally well right now, and he homered again on Wednesday. He has 7 home runs in 35 games this year. Anderson hit 11 all of last year. He's going to surpass that pretty quickly. The field of hits really good. You look and the contact rates have been above average pretty much his entire career. Anderson is an aggressive hitter, so he's not going to walk a ton. In OBP league, he plays down a bit, but he's putting a lot of balls in play, which is important. And you look at the quality of the contact, while he is putting a lot of balls on the ground at 44% rate, when he puts the ball in the air, he is doing enough damage where he is getting those results. Max Anderson, look at the pulled fly ball rate. I think that's obviously pretty important to talk about here, because how much damage he's doing the pull side, that's an issue. I mean, he's using the whole field, but it's just a 30% pulled fly ball rate. So I think there's some legit gains with Max Anderson. I'm semi-interested in Deeper League. I think there's some intriguing traits with Max. So keep an eye on what he does. He's a second baseman in the Detroit Tigers org. That is Max Anderson. It's going to wrap us up. Thank you for tuning into the show. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to your favorite podcast platform on YouTube. Give the show 5 stars. I'd much appreciate it. It goes a really long way, and it helps me a ton. When I stepped away from Toolshed to do this more actively, I left behind a lot of listeners. We had built that show up a lot, and so starting over is tough. But thank you to all the listeners who supported. Please continue to do so, and rating goes a long way. So thank you so much, and have a great day.